Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're ranking every version of the Hylian hero, Link.
Seems I'm the only one with a mind of my own. I, the person in question, am fine, regardless of the king's orders.
For this list, we'll be judging each incarnation on iconicism, their accomplishments, and whatever scrap of personality Nintendo decided to give them. However, we'll only be looking at versions of Link found in the main Zelda series. Apologies to all the Hyrule Warriors fans. Which version of the hero is your favorite? Share your thoughts in the comments. Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 12. The Hero of the Four Sword. The Legend of Zelda: Four Swords. Well, somebody has to come in last, but it shouldn't come as a surprise to find it's the Link from Four Swords. This is the only appearance of this specific version of Link, and it's in a multiplayer add-on for a GBA re-release of A Link to the Past. The game is already light on plot, exponentially more so on the characterization of the hero. Still, every Link achieves greatness, and the hero of the Four Sword is no different. Being able to split in four is a pretty neat trick, and he uses it to save Zelda from forced marriage to the monstrous Vati. Number 11. The Hero of Light. The Legend of Zelda: Four Swords Adventures. Despite similar gameplay and art styles, Four Swords and Four Swords Adventures take place at entirely different points on the Zelda timeline. That means two different Links. However, there isn't that much difference between the two. Both gain the ability to split in four, and both are placeholders for the classic hero archetype. But the Hero of Light's accomplishments are definitely more impressive. Rather than saving only Zelda, Link has to worry about multiple abductees. Not only that, but his journey puts him into conflict with both Vati and Ganon. Although not a lot about the game is very memorable, credit where credit is due. Number 10. The Hero of New Hyrule. The Legend of Zelda: Spirit Tracks. Following the events of Wind Waker and Phantom Hourglass, a new Hyrule was settled. 100 years later in Spirit Tracks, Link begins as an engineer, those who serve the royal family and drive trains across the continent. The occupation is a nice change of pace from Link being a knight, blacksmith, or, more often, a country bumpkin. He also gets to travel with Zelda, or rather her spirit, offering a different dynamic between the two from many other entries. Still, this Link is a blank slate like many others, and his single appearance here means his accomplishments are limited. However, he still stops the rise of a powerful demon king. Oh wait, they all do that, don't they? Number 9. The Classic Hero. The Legend of Zelda. The original incarnation of Link, at least in release order, deserves a lot of credit for kicking off the franchise. The sense of adventure the series is known for was always there, and it helped Link become an iconic figure among Nintendo's others, even then. However, it doesn't get much more one-dimensional than an NES character. For both the first game and Zelda 2, you'd have to read the manual for plot setup and Link's purpose, which is understandably pretty light. Major props to him, though. He saved Hyrule twice within a couple years, with almost no help along the way. And given the state of Hyrule at this point in the timeline, he also didn't have the wealth of shops and unique gear many other Links would. Number 8. The Hero of the Minish. The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap. Toon Link is by far the most expressive and visually unique design for the character. While some fans hated it initially, we've been delighted to see it repurposed several times. Set towards the beginning of the franchise's history, the Minish Cap follows Link trying to save Hyrule from Vati, a former member of the Picori who would turn into the monster we see much later in Four Swords. Doing so requires Link to venture through dangerous areas from two different perspectives. While the game is jam-packed with charm, its engaging gameplay and the Picori have sadly yet to be revisited. This means the Hero of the Minish's achievements are still fairly small in comparison to the others. Still love them though. Number 7. The Hero of Two Worlds. The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. Nintendo brought the A Link to the Past style back with tremendous fashion in a sequel set much, much later. The tale saw this incarnation of the hero contend with not one kingdom under threat, but two. With the evil sorcerer Yuga turning allies into paintings, Link crossed into an alternate dimension to stop him. Although he wasn't the first Link to dimension hop, that's still pretty impressive. After saving both Hyrule and Lorule, he journeyed to the neighboring land, Hytopia. Here, he had to split in three to save its princess from a curse put on her by a witch that forced her to wear a hideous jumpsuit. Yeah, Triforce Heroes isn't the best, but at least dressing Link up in different outfits is adorable. Number 6. The Goddess's Chosen Hero. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. If an almighty being chooses you specifically to be their hero, to face untold numbers of monsters and ensure the survival of humanity, well then you're probably worthy of some praise. Skyward Sword Link is chronologically the first version of the hero we've seen in-game. Although he's a silent protagonist like all the rest, he can be pretty expressive and lighthearted. His connection to the goddess Hylia and his actions throughout the game are far more important to the foundation of the series than most other games. His deeds build the world from which everything stems, which is, at the very least, admirable. Plus, his much more personal connection to Zelda does a lot to help with characterization, for both of them. Number 5. The Hero of Twilight. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. The Link of Twilight Princess inhabits a much darker, somber Hyrule than most others. And while that's mostly because Nintendo designed it that way following Wind Waker's mixed reception, he still goes through a lot. Friends from his village are abducted, his home is swallowed by dark magic, and he's transformed into a wolf. Tragedy and struggle breeds personality though, as do Link's connections with loved ones. Additionally, since Twilight Princess is a darker installment, it makes Link's journey more personal. Everywhere he goes, the impact of Xant's villainy is felt, from something as small as a blocked passage to something as tragic as the Queen of the Zoras executed in front of her people. Link's victory here is layered in different levels of heroics, making the accomplishment feel greater. Number 4. The Hero of the Wild. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Daruk, can you crouch down a bit? You're as big as Death Mountain.
Breath of the Wild has been praised from every direction, though one we don't see as often is how it handled Link's characterization. While it naturally isn't as deep as something you'd find in a more narrative-driven series, there were some unique alterations. Optional dialogue options while chatting with NPCs show this is certainly the funniest Link. Moments concerning Zelda offer something a bit deeper. We learn this Link follows in his father's footsteps as a knight and stoically took a vow of silence in preparation for the calamity. These subtleties bring nice touches to the Link everyone knows, and his achievements are nothing to sneeze at either. Within a bigger, more dangerous Hyrule, Link traveled between various ravaged towns, and if you played like us, he helped citizens in ways both minuscule and monumental.
I always believed that you would find a way to defeat Ganon. I never lost faith in you over these many years.
Number 3. The Hero of Winds. The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. Like I said, Toon Link is a wonderful design for the character, and we first got to play as him right here. Whether he's caught in a moment of peril or simply exploring, the cartoon-like expressiveness shines through. Although that's not all that gives him personality. The Hero of Winds comes with connections to make him a bit more three-dimensional. Here, it's an energetic little sister and a caring grandmother. They anchor Link to the plot, placing more emphasis on why he needs to become the hero. And boy does he. Not only is he the hero of Wind Waker, but he's also the hero of Phantom Hourglass. He saves 2 oceans worth of people and goes on to discover what would become New Hyrule. That's quite the feat. Number 2. The Legendary Hero. The Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past. The Legendary Hero is the very definition of classic Zelda, and he actually spans 4 entries in the series. In A Link to the Past, he travels to the Twisted Dark World to save Hyrule from Ganon. With that deed done, he later travels to neighboring kingdoms Holodrum and Labrynna in the Oracle Duology, saving them both from terrible fates and stopping Ganon's resurrection. Becoming shipwrecked in Link's Awakening, he's then trapped in a dream world plagued by literal nightmares until he can escape. There's no other Link that has had to deal with the unique volume of threats he's had to. The legendary hero personifies the nostalgic, top-down gameplay of Zelda that some fans still crave. But, for obvious reasons, he doesn't really stand out in the personality department. Number 1. The Hero of Time. The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. When it comes to iconicism, there's no beating the Hero of Time. Ocarina was a major step forward in gaming, and so this Link became a model for all to look towards. Although he's a silent protagonist, he's hardly a blank slate. His upbringing and him giving up his childhood for Hyrule make him sympathetic. In Majora's Mask, he's trapped in a time loop until he can save the helpless Termina from destruction. Both of his journeys are lonesome, taxing endeavors. What he accomplishes on a grand scale in Ocarina and on a personal one in Majora are indeed great. However, he made one final appearance as the hero's shade in Twilight Princess. His regret of having not passed on his skills added another layer as the deepest incarnation of the hero. At least he finds peace in the end.
Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.